YouTube, what's good, man? It's your boy Cry. Welcome back to another vid. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm. And make sure to follow me on all platforms at I Am Cry. Today's topic, man, is how to be productive. And I'm gonna share with you guys, some things that I implemented into my life, rather it was some things I added or some things I took out that allowed me to be more productive and really lock in on my goals and, the systems that I wanted to create to accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. And the first strategy that, helped me be more productive is waking up earlier, right? So I used to be a person that, oh, I got to stay up all night to lock in with this goal. But what I didn't realize is that there's a lot of external distractions at nighttime versus the morning time, right? At nighttime, you might have people texting you, you got people calling you, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you living with people, they up doing whatever they need to do, maybe talking to you, distracting you. You may be living with a spouse, they're up at that time. So in the evening time and the nighttime, yeah, you could get, the same work done that you do in the morning, but there's a lot more distractions, right? In the morning time, there's no distractions. Most people are usually asleep. Therefore, you're able to, get more done without worrying about people, pulling and tugging you in different directions. So it's extremely important to wake up earlier. And, I was a person that I struggled with being a morning person in general, right? I just wasn't a person who liked to wake up early, but it's something that you have to, build reps with and get better with over time. So as of now, I wake up at either 5:30 or 6:30. Typically 5:30, depending on how much work I have to do. But if that's too early for you, try to wake up at 7. Try to wake up at 8, and then each month gradually decrease, and you'll get to a point where you can wake up at 5:30, with no problem. Now, I am a big coffee and Celsius person. If you are a person that lacks the energy in the morning to get up, I recommend Celsius. Recommend black coffee as well. Both of those beverages are low calorie beverages that will give you the energy and the boost needed to get up in the morning. And that's something that I've two things that I've implemented into my diet to make sure that I'm up and ready to go early in the morning. So the first thing to be productive, guys, is to just wake up earlier, man. Like, you'd be surprised how much you can get done in the morning while everybody else is asleep. Whether that's going to the gym, working on your business, preparing for your 9 to 5, getting some extra work in with that. Whatever the case may be, whatever your goals are, man, you can get a lot done in the morning. So waking up earlier has definitely been a game changer for me, and it can be a game changer for you too. The second thing that allowed me to be more productive is getting the fuck off social media, man. Getting off social media can do wonders for you, and you don't realize how much time you spend on these apps, right? Like, I had to check my screen time, and I realized I was spending over 8 hours a day on my screen. And then when I looked at what apps was taking up the most time, it was Instagram. So immediately, you can do one or two things, guys. You can either set time limits on these apps, or you can just delete the apps altogether. Early on, I was deleting the apps altogether, but then it got to a point where I needed these apps to push my brand, push my content, get different clients for fitness at that specific time. So I needed, these specific apps. So I had to put time limits on it. So if you go to your settings, go to these, go to apps. There's a setting where you can put specific, time limits on those apps. So you can put maybe 30 minutes to an hour, maybe 90 minutes. But you don't want to get caught up scrolling, guys, because there's two types of people, when it comes to social media. There's consumers and producers. And 90% of people, 90% of us, including myself, we're consumers, right? We're consuming all of the content, right? But, 9 times out of 10, that content that you just consume doesn't do anything for you. Unless you're following social media pages that are helping you be a better person, lock in with your goals, learn a skill, it's really not doing you any justice, right? And I know most of you are not following pages like that, because I was the same way, guys. You follow, your favorite celebrities, your favorite sports teams, all of this shit that isn't going to, help you get to your goals and is going to be a distraction, right? So, when I first started doing that, I would delete these apps. I would put time limit on these apps, and I'd be like, damn, like, I'm bored. Like, what do I do? that's when you need to lock in on your goals, man. That's when you need to do the specific tasks that you don't want to do to get where you want to be, right? Instead of scrolling on social media, for 2 to 3 hours, that 2 to 3 hours can be spent doing things that are going to make you more money, make you sharper with your mind, improve your physique, improve your nutrition, all these things that you could be doing, to make yourself a better person or accomplish whatever goal you have is really, being delayed by an app. Is as crazy as it sounds, man. Like, I hear a lot of people say, nowadays, it's easier to be successful due to all of the technology and access we have. But what's not taken into consideration is it's an even playing field because we have way more distractions as well with this technology. Back in the day, they didn't have a lot of technology, but there weren't as many distractions, right? So you have to learn how to navigate that, right? It's very useful to use this technology to your advantage to be productive, but also be aware of, the content that you're consuming and how much time you're spending on these apps, guys, because you don't want to be on your deathbed like, damn, I knew everything that happened on Instagram. I knew everything. I knew all the hottest news on TikTok, right? You want to be a person that, was successful and was able to take care of their family, fulfill their purpose, and, live a fulfillful life, right? And social media is stopping you from doing that, guys. So deleting social media as a whole or putting limits on apps has definitely been a game changer for me. And you'll definitely see a lot of progress in your productivity with doing that. Another strategy that helped me be a lot more productive is to plan out your day. So I spent a lot of time speaking about this on one of my older videos, but like you can't go into life with no plan, guys. Like, when construction builders are building a house, they have a specific plan. Okay, we're gonna put this down here, then we're gonna build that, then we're gonna build this. At the end all be all, they build a house, right? That's how you have to approach your life. A lot of us, including myself, we go into days with no plan, just freestyling. Like, oh, I'll do what I feel like doing today, or oh, I'm not tired today, so I'll work on my business, or uh, I don't got time to go to the gym today. Maybe I'll go tomorrow. Like you have no plan, right? A lot of us just rely on motivation to do certain things that we know are going to push the needle for us. When, regardless of how you feel, you have to get the job done. You have to do the things necessary to be where you want to be. Because the average people, they do things when they're motivated. The successful people, they do things whether they want to do it or not, right? So a way to make sure that you do it no matter what is planning out your days, right? So a good way that I do this is scheduling my days via Google Calendar. So everybody watching this video, download Google Calendar, right? Add it as a widget on your home screen and put in specific times you're doing everything. I'm talking about brushing your teeth, eating breakfast, going to work, driving home, going to the gym, working on your business, going to sleep, right? And plan out your day accordingly. And, you don't have to, put so much stuff in your calendar to start off. You could start off very, very slow, right? So for instance, if you work a 9 to 5, after your 9 to 5, maybe you get home around 6:30, put a block from 6:30 to 7 and just say, I'm gonna read for this block, right? And then maybe if you implement the first strategy I gave you, if you decide to wake up early, put a block in the morning. I'm waking up early. I'm reading my daily affirmations from 5 to 5:30, and from 5:30 to 6, I'm working on my business, right? Start off very small. A lot of times we think that we have to just do a hard cutoff or a hard push with a lot of these habits that are going to help us. But once you start small and get those reps in, you're going to get better over time, and it's going to compound into results over time, guys. So that's definitely something I recommend doing, guys, is using Google Calendar to schedule your days. Start with the simple morning routine, start with the simple night routine. And then once you get the hang of that, start filling in those little blocks, like, the blocks where you get home from work and you could watch Netflix, put something productive in there. Or, the extra little hour that could have, when you took a nap, take that hour out and, do something that's going to help you get closer to your goals and be successful. So scheduling my days, has been a game changer for me, guys. It's something I definitely recommend doing to be more productive. The last strategy, and this is probably the most important strategy that has helped me be more productive, is deep work, guys. And deep work is when basically, when you're intensely focused on one specific task or two specific tasks with zero distractions, right? So you ever catch yourself sometimes like, oh, I'm about to edit this video, right? and you spending time editing the video, but you know, when your brain gets tired, you maybe go scroll on Instagram, or you maybe just watch a YouTube video, you know, or maybe you just text one of your friends or call your girl, right? That is not deep work, right? You maybe you got done editing that video, but it took you an hour longer because of all the distractions, right? So in deep work is basically when you're locked in on a specific task and you have zero distractions. Like you don't pick up your phone, you don't, you know, walk out the room, you know, you're completely focused on that specific task. So when I do my deep work, guys, I'm either putting my phone on D&D or putting it in a completely different room, you know, setting a timer and then locking in, right? And doing this has really allowed me to be so much more productive in less time, right? Because things that were taking me 3 to 4 hours to do, you know, are taking me an hour just because I locked in on my deep work, right? I got in a deep work session. And, you know, one of my mentors, you know, told me that, you know, all successful people, they're putting in at least 4 hours of deep work per day, right? And that's where I am now, about 3 to 4 hours a day now. But it didn't start off like that, guys. It's gonna be extremely tough at first. You wanna spend a lot of your time, you know, in deep work sessions on tasks that, you know, you may procrastinate or may not wanna do, right? And that's gonna help you push the needle forward. And once you keep stacking those hours of deep work, you're gonna be at your goals in no time, man. So right now, I'll tell you guys a little bit of my schedule. Right now, I knock out most of my deep work in the morning. And the reason I do this is because, you know, your brain is just like your body, right? So when you go to the gym, often the first exercise you do, you know, it doesn't hurt as much because you're fresh. That's how you have to treat your brain as well. So I always try to knock out my deep work, the hardest thing that I have to do first thing in the morning while my brain is fresh. So then I have the leisure to, you know, kind of do some shallow work or relax for the rest of the day, or, you know, do some more deep work if I choose to, right? So if you are implementing deep work into your Google Calendar, which I mentioned before, make sure that you're doing that in the morning, guys, first, or doing the majority of your hours in the morning, and it'll work wonders for you, man. Because again, you don't want to be bullshitting trying to complete a task, because then you done wasted so much time, man. The most successful people, they know how valuable their time is, right? And it's very important that you know, take advantage of it, man. We only got one life. You know what I'm saying? Like I would hate to be 5 years from now, you know, wishing I would have locked in more. Just lock in now. You know, stop pushing it over to tomorrow. Stop saying you're gonna start tomorrow. Just start now. And you know, deep work has helped me do that. You know, you have to do the uncomfortable things on a daily basis to be successful. When it comes to be successful, you know, it's really how much pain can you sustain, right? Successful people went through the most amount of pain. They did the most uncomfortable things, right? So get those deep work sessions in, man, and you can be a lot more productive with your time. So that is the video for today, man. I wanted to share some strategies with you to help you be more productive. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I love y'all. Peace.